this year is a little more unpredictable than it's been lately, which is super fun. I have been predicting Oscars for a while now. I usually get a lot of them right. This year, I don't feel so sure about a few categories. Some categories are pretty much a lock at this point. Um, like Everything Everywhere All at Once will very likely win Best Picture, Best Directing, probably Best Editing, Best Supporting Actor, but we'll get there. We'll do one by one. But a lot of the acting races are pretty much open. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that, give my predictions, but also what might happen. We really don't know. This is so fun. This is so fun. Okay, so I am going in the order of the website of the Academy. And you'll be able to see it right next to me. So, first, actor in a leading role. Brendan Fraser has been the frontrunner for a very long time, and that sometimes is a disadvantage because early frontrunner status usually hurts more than it helps. The race right now is really between him and Austin Butler. Those are the two frontrunners for sure. They both won some really important precursor awards. They both won Golden Globes. My heart is telling me Brendan Fraser just because voting was so recent. He gave some beautiful speeches at the SAG Awards, at the Critics' Choice Awards. I think there's not a lot of love for the movie The Whale, but I'm pretty sure Brendan is very well liked. So it is between Austin Butler and Brendan Fraser. My heart tells me Brendan Fraser. I might be wrong. We shall see. So, actor in a supporting role is probably the most locked category of all of them. I would faint if Ke Huy Quan doesn't win for Everything Everywhere All at Once. He has won every single precursor award. He is a kid in a candy shop, as he says himself. I'm quoting him, how happy he is at all these awards. And he's just such a beautiful story of like not working for 25 years. He's so charismatic. He's so wonderful. He loves everyone. He loves to be there. Again, he's won every major award up to this point. I would be shocked if he didn't win this. So, actress in a leading role is also a two-way race between Cate Blanchett and Michelle Yeoh. Cate Blanchett for Tar, Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. For the longest time, I thought Cate had it in the bag. I have a feeling Michelle Yeoh is going to take it because voting was this last couple weeks and she did so great at the SAGs and her speech, and she was so happy to be there and she was so beautiful. And again, the SAGs are actors, right? It's the acting branch. So I'm giving it to Michelle Yeoh here. Again, I might be super wrong. I hope you guys come back and hold me to task. But I'm giving it to Michelle right now. Actress in a supporting role is a really interesting race because Angela Bassett is 100% the front runner here. However, she didn't win BAFTA. Carrie Condon did. And she didn't win SAG. Jamie Lee Curtis did. And those are the two precursor awards with the most overlap with the Academy. Right now, anything can happen here. Anything can happen. I still think Angela Bassett is the front runner, but Jamie Lee Curtis could very well pull a surprise win here. I would not be that shocked if that happened. So I think I'm going to guess Angela Bassett, but I don't know how I feel about. I mean, look, guys, I would love it if Angela Bassett won. And that would be the right person to win, in my opinion, because of everything she represents. Um, but I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But okay, I'll guess Angela Bassett. That's going on my ballot. Animated feature film. I would give it to Guillermo. For a Latina, I have a very hard time saying Guillermo, which is crazy. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I'm pretty sure he's going to take this one. Again, he's won a lot of precursors. There's a lot of love for Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. It's a really good movie. And Turning Red. It is Pixar. They put a lot of money into campaigning, but Netflix has put their whole apparatus behind Pinocchio, so I'm pretty sure Pinocchio is going to win. Cinematography, two options here. I would say it's between All Quiet on the Western Front and Elvis. I think All Quiet on the Western Front was the front runner for a very long time. I wouldn't be surprised if Elvis won. I'm pretty sure Elvis won the ASC. Let's check. Okay, so they gave it to Elvis. So I wouldn't be surprised if Elvis won the Oscars, which would be huge because Mandy Walker would be the first woman cinematographer to ever win a cinematography Oscar. Not a reason in itself to give an award to someone, but it would be cool if that happened, and it would probably be deserved. So, you know what? I'm going to guess Elvis on this one. So, costume design, I think it's between Black Panther and Elvis. I have this feeling that Elvis is going to dominate the technical stuff. Um, I think there's a lot of love for that movie. People really seem to connect with it. Catherine Martin does really well at the Oscars, so I am gonna go ahead and guess Elvis for costume design. The other option is Black Panther. Directing. The Daniels are gonna win, guys, from Everything Ever All at Once. For so long, I was so sure Spielberg was gonna win. I thought he had it this year. A very under awarded director for a director of his status, Spielberg, right? He only won Best Picture with Schindler's List. I'm pretty sure that's the only time he ever won directing. The DGA gave it to Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert, so I'm pretty sure the Daniels for Everything Everywhere All at Once are going to win here. We have seen lately that the Academy likes to spread the wealth, as we say. So it's been a rare like sweep with best movie, best directing. It did happen with Nomadland, but I think the Daniels have this one in the bag. They did win the DGAs. Everybody loves this movie. So now we're at documentary feature film. From these nominees, it's between Fire of Love and Navalny, in my opinion. I'll guess All the Beauty and the Bloodshed might win too because Laura Poitras, she has won this Oscar before. I would say it's between those three, but I think it's really between Fire of Love and Navalny. I'm guessing Navalny right now. I know there's a lot of love for Fire of Love, but I think Navalny just has some a little more momentum right now. So that is my guess. Okay, so the shorts are always a little chaotic. It's really hard to predict them. There are some theories that like the best titles win. And also availability is a really big important one. For documentary short film, I'm going to guess The Elephant Whispers. There's animals, there's hopefulness. So that's my guess. That's really very scientific of me, but for real. I'm pretty sure I'm not pretty sure. I have no clue, but that's my guess. Elephant Whispers. So for film editing, it's also between, I guess, two major contenders here, which is Top Gun Maverick and Everything Everywhere All at Once. There's a huge overlap between best editing and best picture, which is why I think Everything Everywhere All at Once is a very strong contender here. But Top Gun has these incredible action sequences and the flight sequences. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to fill my ballot on this one, because my ballot, guys, is not about who I want to win, but who I think is going to win. So you know what? I'll probably guess Everything Everywhere All at Once. You know what? No, Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick is my choice here. But again, either way you go on your ballot, it's like a 50-50, I think, at this point. Everything Everywhere All at Once is like there's so much editing. Not that that's what best editing is, but yeah, I don't know. The hard one, guys. This is a hard one. Okay, international feature film, All Quiet on the Western Front. No doubt about it. That's it. It's like a 99.99999% chance this is gonna win. This was the second most nominated movie this year across the board. There's so much love for this movie. All Quiet on the Western Front, international feature film, no doubt about it. Makeup and hairstyling could go a few different ways. Could go The Whale, but I think Elvis is going to take this one. Pretty sure. He looks so much like Elvis. There's like all the age stuff. There's like Tom Hanks. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be Elvis here. Ooh, original score. That's an interesting one. We have some really strong contenders here. We have John Williams for The Fablemans, but I think it's going to be between Babylon with Justin Hurwitz and All Quiet on the Western Front with Volker Bertelmann. I'm guessing Babylon here, but I wouldn't be surprised if All Quiet on the Western Front won this one. Okay, original song, also a little bit of a chaotic category, a little hard to predict from time to time. For me, it's between Lift Me Up and Natu Natu. Um, I think it's going to be Natu Natu. Notice, interesting here that Diane Warren showed up with the surprise movie. She always shows up, like we never gave her an Oscar. And every year she gets nominated, sometimes for movies that I've never heard of, like this one, Tell It Like a Woman. I don't know what this movie is. So we have some strong contenders here, right? We have Rihanna and we have Lady Gaga. So I think it's going to be between Lift Me Up and Natu Natu. Natu Natu won the Golden Globes. I know there's not a huge overlap. I wouldn't be surprised if Lift Me Up won. Rihanna's going to perform at the Oscars. She's going to be all pregnant and beautiful. So anyway, what's on my ballot? Natu Natu. I don't know. Guys, this year is so chaotic. I love it. Okay, Best Picture. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Guys, it's pretty much a lock. It won the WGA, the DGA, the PGA, and the SAGs. It's like unheard of, I think. It swept the SAGs. There's so much love for this movie. Also a movie that came out in the spring. It's not a fall movie. It's not a December movie. It just shows that there's a little more variety this year and when the movies came out. I think Joe Reed from This Had Oscar Buzz, the amazing podcast that I love, said that this is the most variety in calendar releases that we've had in a very long time, which means that the movies have been released throughout the year. If you're an Oscar follower, you notice that so many movies come out very concentrated in the fall and the winter because people want the memory of the movie to be fresh when voting starts. But the downside of that is that people get so saturated they have to watch 350 movies that things fall through the cracks. So this year we're seeing some really strong contenders in Everything Everywhere All at Once and Top Gun and these movies that were released throughout the year. But yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once, best movie, best picture. I'd be very, very surprised if it didn't win. So would everyone. There would be people asking for ballots to be counted, etc. Okay, production design. This is a really interesting one. I can see it going 3 different ways. I could see it going All Quiet on the Western Front. I think this movie is going to do really well with the technicals. I could also see Elvis taking it here, and maybe even Babylon. Right now, I think my guess is All Quiet on the Western Front. Would not be surprised if Elvis took it as well. Short film animated. I think the strong contender here is The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse, just because of star power. It has Idris Elba in it. It has other stars that I'm not going to remember who. I have a feeling that An Ostrich Told Me the World is Fake, and I believe it is going to win because it has the best title. Okay, but again, shorts are kind of hard to predict. Same thing with short film live action. I have no idea who's going to win. Just looking at this, I would probably guess Le Pupille because it has Alfonso Cuarón's name behind it and also has Disney behind it. But An Irish Goodbye is also a contender here. But I think my ballot says Le Pupille. Sound, Top Gun Maverick is probably going to win. I would say it's a very, very strong contender here. Maybe Elvis could upset because it's like there's a lot of music in it and sometimes that kind of like takes over. This is not a technical approach at all, guys. Like, don't kill me, sound people. But I'm pretty sure Top Gun Maverick takes sound. There's a lot of really good sound design. Just remembering sound used to be 2 different categories, sound mixing and sound editing, and now it is only one. Till this day, I have a hard time differentiating the 2. I know one's like, anyway, I'm not going to get into it because it's not my area of expertise. But pretty sure that Top Gun Maverick is going to win this one. Okay, visual effects is Avatar. No doubt about it. If we look at all the nominees here, this is where Avatar is going to win. Avatar: The Way of Water. It is a visual effects movie. I feel it very hard that it's not going to win. Writing adapted screenplay. Some people are thinking Top Gun Maverick's gonna win. I'm pretty sure Women Talking by Sarah Polley is gonna take this one. I think she's a very strong contender. She won the WGA. She's very well liked. The movie's very well liked. So I'm putting Women Talking as my guess here. And last but not least, my favorite is original screenplay. This could go one of two ways. It definitely could go to Everything Everywhere All at Once, right? Because this is a very, very loved movie. But I have a feeling that the Banshees of Inisherin might win because it's probably the front runner for best movie. Um, there's a lot of love for this movie in the Academy, and people really like this movie, and this would be the good place to reward it. Would be right here. Martin McDonagh has won the screenplay before, I think. I'm not sure. But it's between Everything Everywhere All at Once and the Banshees of Inisherin. What has happened a lot of times with original screenplay with um, Get Out and Promising Young Women is that the Academy uses the original screenplay award to award up and coming filmmakers with a lot of potential. So in that way, Everything Everywhere All at Once could totally win here. But because Everything Everywhere is going to probably be the movie that wins the most awards, I wouldn't be surprised if it went to Banshees. So I think I'm going to go with Banshees in my ballot. Let me know what you think. Agree, disagree. We'll do a check-in after the Oscars. I feel like this is the year that I'm not going to do as well as I did in previous years. I could upload some videos of like what I did last year. I tend to get somewhere between 17, 18 out of 21, which is pretty good if I may say so myself. But this year is chaotic. We don't know. There's so many we don't know, and I love that for the Oscars. I love it. So thanks for checking. We have another video about the Oscars. I teach a lot of screenwriting on this channel. Please subscribe, rate, give me the thumbs up, share with your friends, anything you can do to help get the word out. Thank you so much.